Hi, today we're welcoming Karen Brough. Am I saying that right, Karen?
It's actually Brough, like
Brough.
coconut rough with a
Oh,
B
like
in the
Brough.
front, but
I'm
it's all
sorry.
good. I've had everything.
Okay, so this is Karen Brough, and she lives in Melbourne, Australia. So she is right now. I'm recording this, and it's Monday night here in the Midwest, and in Australia, it is in the morning, mid-morning, and in Melbourne, Australia,
Mm,
on Tuesday. So it's actually tomorrow
yeah, that's right.
for us. So
You're in Back to the
you're
Future.
in the daytime, I'm at the nighttime, and you're in the fall,
Yeah, yeah, that's
and
right. Yeah.
we're in the spring, end of spring. So
Heading
it's
into
very
summer.
different.
Mm.
Yeah. So she was telling me about her day when she gets up to see what she's going to wear. She says, what is it called? Four seasons in a day?
Four seasons in one day in Melbourne. Yep, we're
Yep. So
known
you
for
have
it.
to
You
dress
go from
warm in the morning. It was freezing this morning.
freezing.
And,
Yeah,
and then you have to just layer because you have to peel them off during the day.
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Well, she is an author, and she has written several children's books. Do you have any that you could show us real fast? I mean, I
Uh,
didn't ask you about that, but
yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah,
have,
for sure.
if you have them right
Um,
there,
sure. I can't believe they're gone.
uh-huh.
It's
And
a
that's
children's grief book.
about someone has passed.
Um, the way that I've written this book, it could be any loss.
Okay.
And so the reader actually puts their own loss into it. It's
Oh,
endorsed by psychologists. It covers grief stages and expressions of
oh,
grief. And it still makes me cry, the
oh,
ending,
oh.
but in the best possible way. It's a lot of my books, they actually speak to adults as much as
I
children.
bet
So
they
they're
do.
yeah, so that's probably my most well-known book, I would say. And then
Okay.
recently I put out this one,
Little
Tale
Black
of a Little
Cloud.
Black Cloud.
And that's about?
And this it's got a beautiful backstory, but I won't bore you with that. It's in the book if you want to have a look at it. But um, this one is about, it could also be a grief book, a sadness book, loneliness, friendship, touches on those topics, based on the idea and the verse where God collects our tears. And
Oh,
so, yeah, my beautiful illustrator, this is a little God friend. So,
uh-huh.
and it was
Okay.
based on a true story of something
Oh,
that happened.
okay.
Most of my stories are based on real life stories.
Okay.
Yeah. And then this is another one I put out last year as well.
That's pretty.
Um,
I like that.
this one is Angie Loves to Dance about, this is based on my friend Angie. Most people don't know this backstory, but basically Angie was a friend of mine who had four children, had an amazing life, and she ended up being taken from us all too soon. And she was an absolute joy girl. And this girl had adventure and curiosity and lived with such zest. And when I went to dedicate the grief book to her, I felt God say to me, no, she was too full of joy to
Oh,
be connected with grief. I want you to write a joy book about people grabbing hold of dreams and running with them and trying different things. And oh, it was a joy to write that one. Something not in the grief space.
well, good.
Um, yeah. So that one's fairly new as well. So yeah, I've always, you know what it's like being an author. You've always got 101 ideas going around in your mind.
Hmm.
It's just what will I work on today?
Hmm.
And then I also write in the Christian inspirational space, because I have had a journey with autoimmune over the last 13 years or so. So I also have, I mean, this probably isn't so much for your audience, but this is the Be Held by Him series. And they're basically stories of miracles and God love letters and all different things. And I love that series. It tends to people when when life hits,
Yeah.
really hits you and knocks you off your feet. And so they're kind of like, I like to describe them as like a warm pillow for the heart.
Oh,
So, yeah, there you go. So,
okay. So
uh,
autoimmune, that's where you get your desire to write from? for because
That's a
you
good
had this,
question. That's a really good question.
because it
It's
seems
not,
like they're psychological things that you write about.
yes. Yeah, I definitely cross over into the social emotional learning, values,
Hmm.
psychological healths. I love to mix. I am a Christian woman. Very proud of the fact that God is my anchor. Like he's the one that gets me through every day. And so I don't hide that fact that I am a Christian. And so my faith is actually not just something that it's like a label I wear. It's massive part of my life. It's my life. And so I can't help but write from that space. But I also have a keen interest, I guess, coming from my teaching background, um, and just have a natural interest and curiosity in why people are the way they are, why we think the way we think and what can actually help us. So I have a constant connection with many different counselors and psychologists so that I bounce ideas off and study different topics and things in order to subtly inform readers in narrative form.
Hmm.
I would love my stories to just be of help to psychologists in their counselling rooms, but then also subtly educate gently, over bedtime,
Hmm.
with your children. So it's kind of melding of faith and psychology.
Right.
But I mean, does autoimmune inform my writing? I guess I mean, I
Well,
was diagnosed maybe 12, 13 years ago, and that was the catalyst for becoming a writer. So
okay.
in that way it does, yeah. But
I mean, you have to
sorry,
be compassionate, empathetic,
for sure,
you
for
know.
sure. That diagnosis, I actually have been given, I think, 16 different diagnoses over the years
Mhm.
of physical things. And so that certainly has helped shape my heart and what I want to invest time in. Um, that has certainly informed that. That's certainly God's used that to guide,
Right.
what I will write next, who am I writing for. Often he'll show me, he'll have me walk through something, and then that will be the next story.
Mhm.
I wrote a little story. I had a significant, just this is an up and coming kind of title that I'm working on. I'm getting it illustrated at the moment,
Oh,
called the Change Wave.
oh,
Um, and what it is, I'd had this experience where I'd had a number of really big changes happen. For example, one of my long term, a naturopath that I'd been working with for over 10 years, 10, 15 years, she's retiring. And it just really shook my world up, because she's someone that I've relied upon to really help me manage my health and just to flourish from in a physical standpoint. And after I'd had my big you know, bawl. Do you have bawling, like crying?
oh, yeah,
Totally losing it when you get some
yes.
sad news. It's just like,
Mhm.
no, where is she going? And of course, she needs to retire. She's amazing. Like she deserves that. But I was also struggling internally. So, once I'd done that process myself, this little story came to mind, and it was about how change can be like an ocean wave.
Mhm.
And eventually, over the course of the time, we learn to ride it. We
Mhm.
learn to ride the wave as we adapt with it. But initially, it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing?
Yeah, we
Being
tend to
tossed about.
reject change, but actually, it's usually for the better, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. It's an adapting. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing that one illustrated.
Yeah.
It's a story that is really has tended to me in the last few months.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Good.
anyway, I don't
Now, I
I
was
don't
going
know
to
whether you
ask you
even asked about
what
that,
was
but yeah.
next, and you've already answered that question, so
Oh my goodness.
that's
So many
okay.
I have way too many projects on the go.
Oh,
But I love that. Oh,
so you
yeah.
just like being busy with it. I mean, you love to do all the little things, all the things you like.
I
Are you
that's
self-published, an indie author, or are you through a
yeah.
publisher?
So I'm an indie author and very thankful to be an indie author. I'm not sure I have the patience to wait
I enjoy
for
myself
for, for
working with
3, 4
everybody
years.
all together.
Correct. Yeah.
I like being in charge of it.
It's funny. I took I think with the autoimmune stuff, like it's not a major deal for me. Generally, I'm quite well, and it's very well managed, I would say. Um, but the pressure that comes with traditionally publishing and the timelines and the formula of having to be out in the world and busy, and I'm like the anti-busy, as in what's important to me is the creative process.
Mhm.
And so I get something from that, as in, so today I might, after we finish this meeting, I've got a little project that I've been working on, like a little workbook for a toddler series, about the grief stage because they have different needs. And so I've been working on that. And then, I might do some watercolor in the afternoon just to mix it up. So to
Mhm.
me, it's kind of a little bit like free therapy.
I love watercolor too. I do.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I did these.
You'll have to
Well,
show me some. That's incredible.
and here's I'm going to turn around. Here's my bookshelf, and there's a watercolor things all down in those
Oh
baskets.
my goodness. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You've once you get into the art and craft world or the quilting or it tends to take over spaces.
Yes, but I love it. It's very rewarding to me. It's just relaxing,
Yeah,
and
it
I love the
is.
blending of the colors and
Yeah,
wet on wet type of things.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just saying to a friend yesterday, how she was saying that she wasn't creative. She didn't feel she was creative. And my personal belief is everyone is creative. We just need to tap into what element
Form.
is that, like what
Right.
form.
Hmm.
Um, and I said to her, I mean, I wouldn't class myself as very good at watercolor, but I do enjoy it very much. And I love watercolor is very redemptive. Um, sorry, my husband's just making a coffee. That's funny. He's looking at me, please, can I make a coffee? Um, yeah, with watercolor, like how you can get your brush and say you've put a bit too much water on, or the paint is sort of too thick or dark, you can
You
get your
can,
dry brush and just suck it back up, and
yes.
it's redemptive.
Hmm.
Like it's
Yep,
sort
you
of
can always,
everything's workable. There are no mistakes in watercolor,
no, I agree.
and I need
Um,
that.
so do you have a favorite part of your writing that you enjoy? Like, I know why you write now, and I know
Mm,
kind of what you write, and it takes you a few months to get something done, and kind of
yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
And you work with editors and illustrators and
Yeah.
designers, all of that,
Yeah.
same as me.
Got some amazing team members. Yeah.
Yes.
Can't do it
So,
without
is
them,
there
can we?
any specific, or do you just like all of it?
No, there are parts that I really, really don't like about this process. Like, I really don't like the marketing
I knew that was coming.
element.
I knew.
But here's the deal. Like I believe that when something's a frustration to us, it's almost like a pebble in our shoe or the pearl in the oyster, I feel like God can turn it into something really good.
Mhm.
And so a couple of years ago, I was really struggling with that, the marketing side of things, traditional publishing, get out, do speaking engagements, do podcasts, lots of extroverted things. Um, I'm a social introvert, so I love people, but it's also really exhausting to be around people. It can cost me. And so I've got to be very careful in, what I say yes to and what I don't. And so I was complaining to God about it one day, just saying, how am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to, as an indie author, let people know about my books so they know that they're out there, but also remain true to myself as a person in how you've designed me, how you've wired me. And so he said to me, I will be your marketing manager. Like just when I was journaling one day, I'll be your marketing manager. And the weight that I felt come off my shoulders at that moment to think, okay, I'll let you do that. That's amazing. You can do that for sure. And so from that moment, every opportunity he brought along my path that fit with my introversion, I said yes to, which meant I went on this massive 2 year journey of, marketing books and in a way that really honored my design largely.
Hmm.
And so I've ended up in the background, I'm writing course material for authors, introverted authors who want some ideas about how to market in a way that honors their design. So that's a massive project that I've been working on for a long time, but I'm hoping that the material will be finished this year and I can get that out. But I'm an INFJ, like personality type.
Hmm.
And what that means is I'm a creative problem solver. That's what really makes me come alive.
That sounds like
And
I
so,
think I might be that too, honestly.
oh yeah,
I think so. I can't remember
yeah,
what mine were, but I that sounds like me.
yeah. And
Yeah.
does it really like bring like a deep satisfaction
Hmm.
when you find a solution to an actual problem?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. And I do
it's
that at
it's
work too.
awesome.
I mean, at work,
Yeah,
when I'm just in the office, the same
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
amazing. So it's a good way to be. Like, but
Yeah.
we're only a tiny part of the population.
Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for visiting with us. Where can we find your books?
Oh, well, I
Um,
mean, the books are everywhere, like Amazon. You can connect with me via the website, karenbrough.com.
mhm.
Um, yeah, just all over the place, really. But feel free to reach out to me. Like you
Okay.
can contact me via the website and things. I'd love to chat more. But
Okay.
thanks for your time, Kathy. It's been a
Thank
real
you.
delight to have a little chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
And
sweetie.
all the best.
Yeah, God bless you. Catch you
You too.
later. Bye.
Bye.